So this is my E550 2008. I have another video where I basically presented this car. So I feel like this is the best car for the money as you can buy. So I spent about 550 500 for the whole car. Um, it was one owner. It's an amazing car. So it has a nice V8, 5.5 liter V8. It makes about 400 horsepower, and you can get all this for less than 10 grand. It's insane. So yeah, it has a sunroof. So this is the avant-garde spec with the AMG package that you can see. You can have these 5-spoke rims, and it has the full LED on the top for the stop, and it also has the pipes for AMG. So I feel like for the price of the car itself, I feel like this is the best car that you can buy. Um, just because, like, I mean, it's not the most um, maybe reliable, or like for the MPGs, if you want like the best mileage, it will not be the best, obviously, like 100%, don't get me wrong. But if you want like a pretty fast car, um, and it has been fairly reliable. I put like more than, I believe when I did the video, when I purchased the car, it was about 146,000 miles, and now it has about 151. You guys can see here, it has 159, almost 150, 50. No, my bad. 159, 151, and almost has 152,000 miles, which is has been barely like pretty reliable for me at the moment. The only thing that I did like right away after I purchased the car was replacing the rear suspension. I don't know if you guys know, but this car has a airmatic suspension. It has the basically air suspension on all four tires. So yeah, the only thing also that I just did, it was replacing the tires. It was pretty, the front were pretty good, I still have them. The back though, like on the rear, were pretty bad. So I still have this is the front, the old front ones. They still have like a lot of thread. I just wanted to like have everything on par just because it's the 4MATIC version. I just wanted to have everything pretty nice and good for this car. But yeah, because I also drive a lot. I have less than 5 6 months with the car, and I already put like 7,000 miles. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's pretty decent. Pretty decent amount. The only thing that I did compared to the old video, the first video that I did, I re-rendered my car basically myself. I had another vehicle right there, my other car. I had it right there, and I was backing up from here. I was going to the back. I was super distracted. I don't know why. I was on the phone. Yeah, it's completely my fault. And I basically re-rendered my other vehicle right there with this car. It was not fun. Basically, what happened was, for the car, this only cracked right here, which is, it doesn't look that bad now, because I basically glued that in. I didn't know this car or all the W211, so I don't know if like all the Mercedes have that, which is the front and rear bumper are completely of fiber. It also has a crack right here, which you can present, you can barely see now. But yeah, I did all of this too. But yeah, it's really not that fun. The other thing is, I feel like for like again, for the price that you're paying for this car, if you're paying like less than 10, because I feel like if you go above 10 grand, it's more like E550, E63 prices. I mean, E63 can go for like 20 grand depending on the condition of the car, obviously. But for, I feel like the best balance for these cars will be the E550, which is this one, which has the VA. It's not like crazy fast, so you can use like daily driver. And I hear about the E63 cars that on E550s that they eat a lot of tires, and apart from that, they also eat the rear suspensions or the whole suspension for the whole car, which is can be pricey. The only problem that I'm having right now with this car would be so I replaced the rear suspension on this car, but I chipped out. That's the problem. I basically, instead of getting the iron out, which is, hey, if you are doing it or are about to do it, please, please don't ship out and don't buy like a Chinese branded rear suspension for this car, just because so I don't know if I can show actually, but the rear suspension has a small tank, which is like I believe it's called auxiliary tank, something like that, that holds more air in there. When it needs to move more air, it just takes the air from there, so it can use less the pump from the front. But the problem is that thing, the small tube that goes to the auxiliary tank, it's extremely hard to remove. My dad and I had like fucking a whole week just trying to do that. It was a really a pain. So my recommendation would be just getting the iron out, because the iron out comes without that, so you don't really need the tank anymore, which is completely and pretty useful and way easier to do. So instead of taking me like a week, it took me like a week just to replace these two suspensions, just because of the time. I don't have like the whole day just to do the repair right away. And also I was missing some tools, which doing this like right here, I don't have like a fucking RAM to do everything. It's completely different and more, it takes just more time. So yeah, I will just recommend getting the Arnott's. It's going to be like, I spent like $500-600 on the Chinese ones, and the Arnott's is like $1,000 for both. I believe it's both. You can get both for like 1,000, which is pretty good. However, when these two, which are Chinese, which most likely will fail before than the front ones, knowing that they are Chinese, I don't know. I may just get a new get coilovers for it. I don't know. That's what I was thinking about. However, I don't really know which coilovers though, because I've seen some coilovers. I don't really want to go with the Strutmaster, I believe it's called, which I don't know. They are not like fully adjustable, so I will have to get. Basically, you get what you get. It's like you cannot do anything about it, and it's not like you can modify or change how it drives or stuff like that just because of its coilovers. This gotta kind of like getting this, but worse, because at least with this it can goes up and down. That's how it works with the Airmatic. But yeah, like in this car, almost everything works, but not everything. For example, this still, I haven't still got time to replace this too, to replace this piece. And this is something that I don't really care that much, which is the I don't remember what's the name. It's the sunshade on the back. It doesn't really work, but I can literally just pull it out if I want, like manually. It's not going to look like the same, like 100% all the way in, but it's going to work. It's going to be there, and it does the job. This is also broken, which I don't really care about that. Like, I'm using this car for daily driving, like just to commute, going to work. But this is an amazing car. This is insanely good for the price. I feel like the only problem would be like spending like $300 a month just in gas, basically. But yeah, like this car is still having this, which is the AC for the seats, for the two front seats, which is insane for a 2008. I mean, not all of them get that, have it, but if you get one of these, I've seen a lot of them that are like highly equipped, so it's not that hard really to get like a fully spec or pretty close to fully spec for one of these cars. But yeah, I always rock my dash cam. I don't really drive or like driving without my dash cam, but yeah, this is how it looks on the interior. This is, I believe that's the maple wood, something like that, for the, or like beard eye, for the wood, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, like I had a Camry, and I had a Camry 2021, and I still have two Ford Explorers at the moment, which is, this is completely different. This is a completely different league of car. It's just amazing to drive on the highways. Like if you're going to do highway all the time, or if you travel a lot on the highway and you don't really want to spend that much money, this is a nice car to have. But yeah, I feel like this is one of the best cars that you can get for the money. Again, I don't know, like this is too much. The only problem again will be the air suspension that eventually will fail on these cars. But if you don't care about that and you are kind of like handy with the cars, and know how to work on cars, you will be fine. This car is not really that hard to like do oil change or do anything like easy stuff like that, just to work on cars. The suspension will be the only thing that I will say it's kind of hard, but it just takes more time. That's basically it. And if you're removing the whole suspension and getting coilovers, it's kind of pointless. If you want to save completely to get air suspension and just to like be completely safe with it, it would be getting an E550. However, I feel like it's not the same, just because it's a V6 instead of a V8, and it's not really the same. This, like, they don't even have to downshift to pass a truck or whatever on the highway, or pass someone on the highway, just because it's a V8. Even though this is the 4MATIC and has the 5-speed transmission instead of the 7-speed, which is for the I believe it's only for the rear-wheel drive models that comes with the 7-speed, which I wish, I'm not gonna lie, I really wish that this had the 7-speed, because it's just smoother when you are going on the highway at like 80, 75. But yeah, it's still like 5-speed, you will be completely fine too. You're only going to burn more gas. That's basically it. But yeah, I haven't tried this car on snow yet, but I feel like it will be awesome too. Because I got those tires, which are the Continental Extreme Contact DWS 06 Plus, I believe it's called, and they are amazing. Like in dry and even in rain, like poor rain, they are fucking awesome. I had it previously on with the old sets. Those ones I'm probably going to keep them. I'm not really sure, but they are just amazing. Like they can be costly, they can like get pricey, but it's completely worth it. I spent like $800 on the whole set, and because this car is the 4MATIC, they have the same tire size. It's not like progressive compared to the rear wheel drive. But yeah, this car is not completely like 100% great on the paint, but hey, for daily driver, it's fine. It's not really that much big of a deal. It's just like a little dings or stuff like that. But if you don't really care about that, you can get one of these guys for a pretty nice price, and it's going to be great. It's going to serve you well. Just make sure that you buy. I really prefer one owners just because of that. You can get like the best maintenance and stuff like that. It will be with one owners and less problems overall. But yeah, I will. This is again E550, completely worth it to buy. Just has its own things like the air suspension will be the biggest problem. That's basically it. But yeah, this is something that I will highly recommend to someone to get for the price. If you have, and please, if this is your first, don't look something like this for your first car, just because it might be too much. Just get something more reliable if you have the money and you have the time to, and if you have more cars like me, I have more cars, so I don't really care that much if I have like a downtime with the car. Like if I have to replace something, I can deal with it. But if this is your own car, it might be better to get something more reliable than this. Yeah, this is amazing. This is an amazing car and beautiful car. But yeah, this is everything from me. My name is Isaac, and see you on the next one.